we haven't seen a single otter yet.
No, are they even in this game?
They must be. They must be in this game. I mean, they have taken over all the creatures, I think, from the Ark Survival Evolved into Ark Survival Ascended. Maybe it is just that they are killed so often by everything else. I mean, here we've got, I think, Carnotaurus running around again. Or is that... No, that's T-Rex. And terror birds. Everything. I'm not sure whether things actually attack the otters or whether the otters are safe from being attacked. But I can't imagine otters surviving for very long in the game. I would love to see otters again. I mean, we've only seen them 3 times thus far in total. Like in real life, not in the game. In real life. Otters are so cool.
Yeah, they're super cute.
Oh, there's a little Diplocaulus being chased down by the Baryonyx. Poor Diplocaulus. Okay, little amphibian. Oh, man. Okay, and here we are back at the swamps. Okay, so let's see. We are here. Okay, if we take a sharp left, there's a stream we can follow that... Oh, wait, never mind. That's the one that we came down on. If we take a left, we can go through the swamp to where the river is again. I think let's do that, dear.
Okay.
Yeah. Because even though we won't be able to catch an otter over here in the swamps, we can fly through it fast. Just to get back to where a river actually is. Yeah. Because it's going to open up again a little bit later. This area is where the river starts to slow down. It's not moving as fast, allowing fine sediments to settle down, allowing nutrient-rich fine sediments to settle out, forming sandbanks and stuff like that, or sandbars. And a lot of these plants here are only growing here because of all the nutrients that's accumulated in this wetland environment. So it's an amazing habitat, but it's really, really horrible to try and... Oh, there goes a little creature flying through the air. Is that Baryonyx? No.
Oh my word.
That was... What was that? That's a Baryonyx that was flying.
Baryonyx, yeah.
You saw it, eh?
Yeah.
It was like the magic school bus of dinosaurs. Flying through the sky. Oh, I missed the magic school bus. I haven't watched that show in ages.
Yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah. I always enjoyed it. I enjoyed the magic school bus games in particular.
Oh yes, I also liked it.
Oh, that was awesome. Which ones did you have again, dear?
The space one, I think.
Oh, we also had the space one. And obviously the dinosaur one we also had.
We didn't have... I think we only had the space one.
Oh, yeah. We had the space one. Oh, there's a Beelzebufo over there. One hopping on land, one swimming around, the white one in the water there. We had the space one. We had the dinosaur one, obviously. And we had... Oh, this Parasaurolophus seems to be chasing the terror bird.
What?
Yeah, look at that chicken running away.
What's going on? Rabies or something?
Oh, no, it's turned around. It's chasing the Parasaurolophus now.
Oh, but the Parasaur was definitely chasing it.
It was, definitely.
That is very out of character.
There. I know, but they're still fighting, but the Parasaurolophus is now... Yeah,
there is a baby, so that could be why.
Is there a baby?
Yeah.
Yes, I see. It was defending the baby again.
Yeah, foi toch.
Up to its last breath.
Ah, here comes another chicken. Wee, look at my cute little arms. I'm gonna catch you.
So yeah, terror birds wouldn't have been able to fly. They were flightless.
Oh, here comes a little baby terror bird. Like, look at this tiny little thing.
Okay, that means killing the adults. We're adopting a baby terror bird. Where's this one?
Yeah.
Okay, is the adult there?
I've got the baby.
You've got... Oh, have you tamed the baby?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Let's give it some meat.
Yes, because it was carnivorous. Have you got meat there?
I'm gonna give it some prime meat.
Okay, great stuff. I'm just going to kill the adult again. That's coming to defend the baby. It's dead. It's only level 10 though. Same.
Not beer.
Yeah, not beer. Beer up the bum won't work for terror birds. Oh, that's cool. We finally got a terror bird. So, I wonder... This one, because it's called a terror bird, it's most likely in the Forest Racus genus. They are what we call forest raccoons. The weird thing is that they're known mostly from South and then Central and North America. I believe they originated, or initially it was thought they originated in South America, and then during the Great American Biotic Interchange, when North America and South America collided with one another, and that Isthmus of Panama, that land bridge, formed. Species from South America could move into North America, and species from North America could move into South America. Very few species, actually, or groups of animals, made the journey from South America to North America. More species made it from North America to South America.
Oh, here comes a...
I see a berry. Should I go and take out the berry?
Maybe.
Yeah, because it is going to otherwise attack us. A berry. Sorry. Berry, not Alan. He's dead. Okay. So very few species made the journey from South North America, but a group of forest raccoons did make the journey across. I think Kalenkin is the one genus that did make it across, one of the few genera of terror birds that actually made it across. But as I said, initially it was thought that they originated in South America, because we've got fossils of them in South America and then in Central and North America as well. But the thing is, they didn't originate there. They originated in Africa, which is weird. There's a bone from West Africa that belonged to a forest raccoon that predates the ones in Central and South America. So they originated in Africa and then somehow made the journey over to South and Central America, while Africa and South America were actually separated from one another by the ocean. And they can't fly, so they didn't fly across. They most likely would have made the journey across on a raft. Not like building a raft, but actually like on pieces of vegetation and land actually floating out to sea during massive storms. They most likely made the journey across that way. And they're not the only group of animals that actually colonize new lands by using natural rafts. The lemurs of Madagascar also most likely made the journey across from Africa to Madagascar on pieces of vegetation floating over.
That's so cool.
So on
Reaching
rafts.
a ride.
Yes, and also all the monkeys we've got in South America, their closest relatives are actually in Africa. So monkeys originated. That group of monkeys, I believe, originated in North and South America. And then they disappeared from there altogether. They actually made the journey over to Eurasia and Africa and died out eventually in the Americas. Until a group of primates that are related, or the ancestors to the modern day squirrel monkeys and capuchins and those, South American monkeys or primates, they rafted over from Africa again as well. I think it's like a 1,007 or 1,100 kilometer journey at that point in time that they floated out from the ocean. And most likely would have taken them a few days. If they were on a big piece of flotsam that floated out, there would have been enough food for them to make the journey. And yeah, that's quite cool. And I see Paleo Potato is also here. Hello there, Paleo Potato. And yes, the Great American Biotic Interchange, GABI for short. That was an amazing thing that happened when North and South America collided with one another. And you had that land bridge, the Isthmus of Panama, forming. Here comes a Ichthyornis. Oh, I keep on missing the Ichthyornis. Come on, you bird.
Sorry, I'm just quickly checking what am I seeing swimming here.
Oh. Let's fly across to where Nick is.
Probably just fish.
But yeah, with the Biotic Interchange, the Great American Biotic Interchange, what happened is a lot of these species that we typically believe are like South American or associated with South America, like llamas and things like that, actually made the journey over from North America to South America. They didn't originate in South America. Whereas some species that originated in South America did make the journey across, things like the armadillos, for example, originated in South America, made the journey over to North America. I'm going to just land and then have a look, dear.
Yeah, I think it's coelacanth.
Most likely. I did see coelacanth swimming around here. Just going to check. Now, of course, I don't see anything at the moment. There's a coelacanth here, a big one and a small one. And a piranha. You naughty fishies. Go away. Naughty, naughty, naughty. Oh, breaking spears, but stabbing piranhas in the process.
So your RG is now on neutral, just so that you know.
Thank you, dear. That's a good plan. What is that that's swimming over there? Is that Mega Piranha? No, this is Oviraptor. Yeah, there's Oviraptor over there. Okay. Little oviraptor. Okay, wait. Where are you guys? You're over there. Is my Argentavis with you? No, it's Argentavis is still... Mrs. Magnificence is still over here. I think we'll just have to, at some point, if we don't find an otter tonight, dear, we'll just have to look for one off screen as well.
Yeah, I'm also checking all the tiny things out if it's not a cat.
Yes, true.
Not 100% sure what I'm looking for.
A small cat-shaped creature, I guess.
Yeah.
They are apparently very difficult to actually spot. But especially very difficult to spot in the grasslands, where they also do spawn. That's why I'm hoping that you can actually get them on the coast here.
Well, eventually we'll find one.
Yes, I'm sure we will. Eventually we will get cats. Yeah. Nonetheless, at least we got Deinotherium.
Yeah, we didn't...
If nothing else.
End up empty-handed.
Yes, at least we caught 2 things. Well, actually, we caught a whole bunch of alcoholic creatures tonight.
Are we going the right way?
Yeah, we're going back along the shore again to the river we were at. But there is another stretch of river. We just fly past this estuary up ahead and go into the next river, dear.
Okay.
Okay, let's see here. Okay, I want to just level out my Argentavis so that I can actually see, fly fast, and not go too high or too low. Nothing here, I'm afraid. Okay, but up ahead, I believe that is Herbivore Island. We've got on the right-hand side coming up, yeah. So only herbivores spawn on that island. That's a nice, safe spot if you want to ever build a chilled base. That's a safe spot to build that. But, you know, there are a few things that are missing. I think they think there's a lot of metal on that island. Some resources are limited.
And it can be boring, I guess.
It can be boring as well. Let's have a look at this green drop over here. Hans also asked, do we know at what time it took for them to join? Like, was it fast in geological terms? Millions, thousands of years? It most likely took a few thousand years or maybe 100,000 years for the journeys. I mean, if you're looking at history, oh, Ascendant Raptor saddle there. Ascendant Wooden Shield. Ascendant Hide Pants and Ascendant Cloth Hat.
I think that's like our 3rd Ascendant Raptor saddle.
It is, because I think I put on one of your Raptors, I did get another Ascendant Raptor saddle, and I put it on one of the Raptors at home.
Oh, I've got a Journeyman one, I think.
Oh, okay, yeah, we need to put Ascendant on yours as well. So
Journeyman's better.
Sorry?
I think the yellow one.
No, the Ascendant is better, and then Mastercraft is the best.
Or I've got the yellow, what's the yellow one?
Yellow, that's Mastercraft.
I've got that one.
Okay, yeah, so we've got Mastercraft, and then we've got 2 Ascendants, I think, as well. Okay, so here comes another river, dear.
Oh, I'm on Carnivore Island. Ah,
Herbivore Island.
Sorry.
Okay.
Where art thou?
I am... Are you going... Oh, there you are.
I don't know where you are. Oh, there you are. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm coming.
So anyway, so as Hans was asking there about how long it took for them to actually do that interchange, it would have taken quite a long time. If you're looking at geological history, I mean, it's difficult to actually know like exactly how fast, because fossils actually rarely form. I mean, to find a fossil, it's a lot of things have to go right for the fossil to actually have formed in the first place. So there's lots of gaps in the fossils, fossil history, if you can call it that. And I think it was relatively rapid. I mean, considering that suddenly this land bridge opened up, and I think within a relatively short span of time, let's say a million years or so, quite a few species did make the journey across one way and another. But it would take time to actually establish in one area, in a new area. So, yeah, I'm actually not sure. I'll have to look it up. What the fancier, the more paleontological people actually also say. Paleopotato also says waiting for the Lost Isle so they can get their Amargasaurus back. Oh, the Lost Isle, is that another one for... Oh, okay, that's another map that's coming again, eh? I'm not mistaken. Yeah. We haven't got an Amargasaurus at all yet. Amargasaurus, that's the one that you need to mount it and then go and hunt with it, isn't it? It's a sauropod deer, but the way you tame it is you basically mount it and then you go on the rampage and kill it. Or I think the Amargasaurus tells you what you need to hunt.
Wow.
And then you go kill those creatures with it. And then you just hope it gives you easy targets, not like kill that Giganotosaurus over there.
Mm-hmm.
Or kill that level 100 T-Rex over there. Like, this is a perfect spot for an otter. Why are there no otters?
Yeah.
Anne says they would like to be immortal and sit on the coast and watch the land get closer. Oh, yeah. I would love to be able to travel back in time. Maybe not like back to the dinosaur era, but I would like to see what South Africa looked like before human intervention. Before all the alien plants were brought in, before all the herbivores were shot out. Because where we are, in the southern part of South Africa, we had a large coastal area, like it's completely underwater now. But back in the, with the last glacial maximum, we had this Agulhas plain. There was this big, flat plain that actually stretched, I think, like 60 to 100 kilometers into the ocean now. And back in the day, that was this fertile coastal plain. Lots of herbivore herds would have been along there. And that's then also later on where some of our ancestors would also have been running around and hunting and gathering and doing their thing. I would have liked to actually see what that looked like. And then eventually I would have liked to see what South Africa in the more modern era looked like, but before humans brought in like exotic plants and hunted all the animals to extinction or local extinction. What have you got there, dear?
Some bugs.
Some bugs. Coming in to kill them. Titanomyrma soldier. Like, weird that the Titanomyrma soldiers actually have like wings. Soldier ants don't have wings. Only the reproductive adults will have wings. Alates. Or alates. Or alates. However you want to pronounce that. The winged individuals.
Can't believe we were flying around now for 2 hours.
I know.
It was quite fun.
It was. It was. It's a lot of fun to talk about all the random stuff we also encounter. I love it. I also can't believe those were the only 2 Deinotherium we've seen tonight.
At least we saw.
Yes, at least we did. And we also did tame a whole bunch of alcoholic calicotheres.
Yeah. And a little baby terror bird.
Oh, and the baby angry chicken, yes. Danger chicken. Yeah. I don't know. Sheesh. We've been very, very unlucky with the otters in this game. So far, at least. I think eventually what we'll do is we'll get some nice land tames and just walk. I think it's easier to spot them when you are walking in an area. Because most of the ones that we've seen thus far, dear, or found in the past, have been ones that were close to our homes.
Yeah.
And we just happen to see them running around. It's difficult when you're flying like this to really find them. There you go, to T-Rex. But Potato also mentions, yeah, England has a problem with plants introduced by Georgian and Victorian nobility for cottage gardens. Yeah. Lots of plants brought in. South Africa, I think most of our problems, yes, we've got some problems with like garden plants that escaped and are running around now, like tamarix from North America. I think it's a tamarix we've got. The salt cedar, oleander, of course, highly invasive along our river courses.
There's that wild ginger thing, I think.
Oh, yeah, lots of wild
colours.
gingers that are exotic, yeah, and invading like it's going out of fashion. And then, of course, a lot of Australian species, a lot of Australian acacias, for example. But most of our ones, they were brought in for commercial forestry, and they were also brought in by nature conservation, believe it or not. So back in the day, the Department of Nature Conservation, we didn't have a department like that, we had forestry. And they had the objective of stabilizing the mobile sand dunes along our coast. Because, you know, people's houses were getting swamped by sand dunes flowing over them, or blowing over them. And they put down a whole bunch of plants, brought in a lot of... actually, I think let's fly home, dear.
Yeah.
Our normal home. They brought in a whole bunch of exotic trees, acacias, hackia as well, which is a proteaceae from Australia, to actually stabilize these dunes. And it worked extremely well. And then they escaped, and they're invading all these other areas as well. Did I tell you about that fungus that is attacking the not the black wattle, the roycrans now, dear? The acacia cyclops. I may have mentioned it in December.
Yeah. Let's quickly sit here.
Okay, just get some stamina back. So one of the problem plants we've got is acacia cyclops. known as rooikrans in Afrikaans. I don't actually know what its English name is. I think we just call it rooikrans. We often use it to have a nice barbecue, to have a nice braai. That and black wattle, also an exotic acacia from Australia. But that rooikrans is one spot in Gqeberha, used to be called Port Elizabeth in PE, that the rooikrans trees are just like dying in mass now. Just need to make sure. Yeah, home is over there. They're just dying in mass, and it seems that it is an indigenous fungus that naturally attacks our indigenous plants, and our plants are kind of resistant to it. But because the exotic acacia doesn't have that fungus back in Australia, now when the fungus has switched over to taking them on, they've got no resistance to it. And they're just like, okay, we're dead now. There, dead. And so they're dying in masses, which I think is quite nice. You know, it's great when it's happening to a plant that nobody's livelihoods are depending on that tree. It's just invading our natural areas, and as Paleo Potato also mentioned, the Japanese knotweed that spreads like wildfire. It just starts in an area, and in the case of acacias, they spread with wildfire as well, because they've got seeds that are resistant to flames or to fire, to the heat of the fire. And you may have 100 of these black wattles now, or 100 rooikrans, or Acacia saligna, the golden wattle, or aurea, long-leafed wattle, longifolia, all these wattles, all these acacias from Australia. You may have 100 of them now. Come the next wildfire, you have 10,000 to 100,000, because all those seeds just germinate in mass. And it's a major, major problem, especially considering that more than half of our land surface is covered by biomes that actually need to burn. So it's a slight problem. Yeah. Oh, what I wanted to show you, dear, I've built us a fishing deck, or I'm busy building us a fishing deck to try and get some fishing done.
Oh, cool.
It's a little area over here.
Nice.
Let's see, have we got any fishes? We've got no fishes. I'm still building the pillars. I kind of want them to get trapped in here so we can fish for them, but yeah.
Maybe you should have built it a bit deeper.
Yeah, it's very difficult because the continental shelf drops off there. It gets very deep very quickly.
Oh.
Like very, very quickly. So we've already built in a nice area. And the thing is, we can't really fish in this area now because all our species X over here are killing every single coelacanth that spawns here. So to also try and fish, I've also built a jetty.
Oh, cool.
With a raft. So next time, a different time, we can also take our little raft over here for a spin. Which is quite nice. We've built a little deck on it. It's just kind of floating around. You should be able to see it on your screen soon. Yeah.
Oh, that's cute, yeah.
Yeah, so this is our little raft that we now have. It's got a platform big enough for our RGs to land on. It's got 3 storage chests, and for some reason I did not press spacebar to start flying. RG, Mrs. Magnificence. Okay, please follow me. Here we go, thank you. Off we go. Just taking a nice little swim. Yeah, I was getting tired of all the Ichthyonas just messing up everything, because every time they attacked something in here, all the creatures just flocked to where that Ichthyonis was. And so I've built up a barricade of highly, highly dangerous species X. Come on, I want to get onto you. There we go. Fine. Ah! I dropped down again. I pressed E too many times. Come on. Ah, fine. Mrs. Magnificence, we're going to land over here. I think that was quite a successful mission, though, despite us not getting the otters yet.
Yeah, it was.
Ooh. Deinotherium. Where are our Deinotherium? Here's Ellie the problematic. Boonk. Ooh, that's big. Oh, that's a big one.
I was wondering where you're going to put it. Okay.
Yeah.
It's okay.
That's a big one. That's a big, big, big one. We do need to also plop down this one and rename this one. Let's just quickly see here. It was Snuffleupagus. I just want to get the right spelling over here. Oh, I think you will need to name it, dear.
Why?
Oh, no, sorry. No, I can change the name. Here we go. Okay. Snuffleupagus. Snuffleupagus. There we go. Or Gus for short. Hans also did say that Mr. Snuffleupagus is from Sesame Street. We did have Sesame Street in South Africa. So you did ask whether we've had that show in South Africa. We did have it, and only Big Bird could actually see Mr. Snuffleupagus. But what we had in South Africa, instead of mostly, we had a bit of Sesame Street. What we had more of was actually Takalani Sesame, which is like the South African version of Sesame Street. Similar characters, similar stuff like that, but a bit more South African languages in it as well. Not just English. It also had, I think isiZulu was in there as well. I think there may actually even have been a bit of Afrikaans in there as well.
Probably.
Probably, yeah, a little bit at least. Hans also says that international trade has brought with it tons of invasive life. They've got tons of invasive fish from international ship bilges, and they've got Asian longhorn beetles as well. We've got an Asian beetle that we are currently battling with in South Africa, the Polyphagus shot-hole borer, which is killing a lot of trees, including where we are in the southern part of South Africa. It's a little weevil that farms fungus. The weevils don't kill the trees, but the fungus do kill the trees eventually. So we're battling with that as well at the moment. Really, really horrible. That is the one problem with international trade, is that a lot of things get taken around so quickly. It's not even funny. Do I not have hide pants? I must have. Oh, there we go. There are some hide pants. Let me just put on some proper pants. There we go. No longer in my tidy brownies. Okay. Right. I wanted to show. Yes, here we can see. We can actually see right over there. You can see the tusks of the mammoth coming out of the top jaw, whereas our Deinotherium ones coming out from the lower jaw. Quite cool that you can actually see that in the game here. Oh, I think the Deinotherium is an amazing introduction into the game, or addition to the game. Speaking of, we need to also make them saddles, but we'll do that next time. Yeah, there we go. All right, let's see. What's the time? You know what? It's 8 o'clock on the dot, dear.
Yeah, I know. We've got good time.
It's perfect time.
Let's just put this guy with his new friends.
Yes, with his... Wow, look at that. I mean, it really dwarfs the mammoth here. And that's about right. I mean, the mammoth was actually quite a bit smaller than the Deinotherium. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Okay. Yeah, so maybe the Deinotherium size here is actually relatively spot on. Massive. Massive. Oh, okay. Well, I think that is a good spot to end tonight's stream, hey dear?
Yeah.
So, we'll be back next Sunday, right?
I think so.
Yes, so hopefully next Sunday we'll be back. And maybe in the week, Nick and I will get some otters for each of us so we don't overheat anymore. Otherwise, we'll try to see what we can do next time. Probably head into the snow. There where the otters will really be a useful addition as well. All right, so I hope you have a wonderful weekend further, everyone. We will see you next time. And until then, stay safe.
Cheers.
And thanks for joining. Cheers, cheers.